Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mary Circus, and my goal with this channel is to show you how we can make music in Ableton Live. This video is a continuation of my previous one, where I made a foundation to a track by making some beats. I'll expand on that same idea by adding a few other bits and bobs and get started on making the melodies. But if you want to watch the first video before you watch this one, I'll link to the first part in the description below. Let's get started then. Okay, what do we have now? This microcosm thing is way too loud. The chords are a bit... I'm actually going to keep this pad layer as well. I mean, as you remember, this pad and this chord stab is based on this pad thing, right? So it plays the same notes. It might not have them play at the same time, but I'll leave it in there for now. Okay, we need a bass line. Command T. I know that I like my basses to be red to recognize what they are. Gonna call it bass. Gonna add Repro 1 by Yuhi. Gonna pick one of the sounds I usually use for basses. This plastic thing. Whoops, that's way too loud. Could work, but I think I want something a bit more... not so much in your face as the other one. Okay, I could play this in, obviously. But I think I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna drag this over here to have something to start with. As you remember, this plays, we're in the scale A minor, and live, wisely enough, copies that over to any other new MIDI tracks you make. It's the only thing you need to be worried about is when you add percussion and stuff from notes. Then you can easily just turn this off, but because you don't need that to be pitched. Dial up the... Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna duplicate it again, because at the end there it goes down to a B, so... sorry, a G. Add a little bit of reverb to this. Some people don't like reverb on bass, but I think it's okay, as long as you don't go too crazy. What does it sound like? Spice this up a little bit. What I did now is just copy this notes over. I'm gonna go up an octave over here to G. Is that a G? That is an A actually. No, that is, what is it? Can't see. I think I went a bit crazy on the reverb here. Okay, so we got the foundation. We have a kick, we have a clap, some percussion, including some toms, we have a pad, we have some chord steps, and we have a bass line, which is way too loud, so we're just gonna dial that down. At this point, I'm generally starting to see if I can make a couple of melody lines, and the reason I still work in this 8-bar loop thing is I want to see that my melodies fit together. I don't want them all to be playing at the same time, so I'll come back to that later when I start arranging a bit, but at this point I like to work in this 8-bar loop. The secret is just to get out of the 8-bar loop as soon as you can, because if not it can be feel a bit hard to figure out what to do. I'm gonna add a MIDI track here, and it's a melody. I'm gonna call it melody 1. I like my melodies to be blue to recognize what they are. I'm gonna just keep it simpler. Take another repro 1, and I'm probably just gonna need, I want a chorus on it. Again, gonna pick the Juno mode 1 chorus again. And I'm gonna take a delay to this, I think. Echoboy Junior from Sound Toys. I'm gonna set it to ping pong, set the feedback up a bit, keep it at 8 notes started, and I'm gonna set it to the Memory Man emulation, pull up the saturation a bit, and then I'm gonna start trying to get a melody down here. And again, I could play it in, but for now I'm just gonna try drawing something in. This is generally how I work if I'm out of the house, don't have a MIDI keyboard with me. I can still work. I can still make music on the go with just a laptop and a pair of headphones. Some sort of preset. This is just a default thing. Oh, I'm gonna go down to my favorites here, and I'm gonna pick something that I find generally works. This Arc soft cassette thing. It's a bit of a plucky sound. I'm gonna duplicate this clip. Yeah. And duplicate it in. Add some transition notes. just do this by ear. Try different notes within the scale, move it around, try to see what sounds good. When I get to something I like, I move on, not trying to perfect this thing 4 hours at the end. That probably took me like, what took it? Was it like 5 minutes maybe? And I'm gonna move on. Another melody track, melody 2. Gonna keep it simpler, another repro 5. Not doing sound design at this point. Memory move thing. That is very loud. What I find is that when I try to just work quickly, stuff will come to me. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Another Echo Boy Junior. Actually gonna set it to the more or less the same setting. No, let's try the ambient setting. I don't know that. Oh, sorry, space setting. Had a space echo once. Never used it, but I like how this plugin sounds. Okay, I had a bit of a crasher, so I had to redo some stuff, but I'm back up again. I need to just record enable this and start playing around. See what I come up with. What scale am I in again? I can't remember. I'm in the A minor. Not perfect, but I'm gonna hit this thing here and I'm gonna do some tweaks to this MIDI clip. Okay, first I'm just gonna right click it and hit crop clips. That will cut out anything that isn't part of the latest take. I'm gonna loop it. To make it a bit less dominant, I don't mix at this point, but I'm gonna just add a compressor here because I like it to be a little bit more rhythmic. And I open this panel over here, hit sidechain, choose the kick as the input, pull down the threshold a bit. So bloody loud. I'm just gonna delete this note and draw it in again. Because I don't want this aftertouch thing to this particular note. Oh well. It is what it is, I'm not gonna stress with it at this point. Okay. Final bit for now. I'm gonna add another melody track. Melody, I'm gonna call this ARP because it's gonna be an arpeggio. To keep it simple, I'm gonna choose another repro 5 And I'm gonna choose another preset I have stored here. Let's see. Something a bit more plucky. Let's see what we have. Nah. No. Yeah, this works. This can work. I can already hear that it's way too loud, so I'm just gonna drag it down quite a bit. Okay, and the thing now is I'm gonna this MIDI keyboard I'm using has an arpeggiator and a sequencer built in, and it's being clocked by my computer. In my case, it's clocked via this sequencer over here, but it's that again, it's receiving a clock from the computer. So you can easily just hook this up to your computer as well via USB. So whenever I hit play, I hit spacebar to start playing, you can see this blinking thing here. That's the play button. It starts playing as soon as it receives clock from this thing. Then again, it goes. It's blinking when it's not playing, but it's as soon as it receives clock from this thing, it starts and the light goes solid. Since this is clocked in a specific way, it takes a bar before it receives clock, but if you have it hooked directly up to your computer, you don't have to worry about that. This is set to the arpeggiator mode now. I can change the different patterns it will play, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna play one note at a time here, so it doesn't really matter what pattern this arpeggiator is set to. But it's set to 16 notes, so it'll play one note for every 16 notes, as long as I hold the key down. Let's see what we can come up with here. It's actually a bit, it might be good in the final mix, but I couldn't really hear it, so. Save now before I hit this thing up here, because if not, that was the last crash I had. Whoa, there we are. The good thing about using the arpeggiator like this is that you don't really have to think about playing in time, because it will only play a note every 16 notes. So it's just a matter of making interesting rhythmic patterns and sort of choosing the right notes in a way. But as you can see, I've only chosen notes that are within the A minor scale here. I might have to switch some of them around and do some tweaks to this, but that will come at a later point. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. As you can see, I now have an 8-bar loop. Obviously this isn't a song, but I'm gonna, in the next video I'm gonna arrange this. Because what I generally like to do is get these ideas down in this format, then do a quick arrangement, and then leave it for a while before I come back to it again at a later point to judge whether this is something I want to work on. But for now, this is the end of this video, and I'll return in a future video to show you how I get this arranged into a proper song. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.